pretty close affairs taking place over here, and I'm just enjoying the kind of development of these kind of, like you said, grudge matches, a little bit of rivalry as well. And for Big EQUIPA, again, got to remember, they are the hometown heroes, right? They are the Iberian side going up against what would be the favorites of this entire tournament. So remains to be seen how things are going to be playing on out here. Of course, it's going to be also the first time we're going to be seeing Overpass to be played. Nigma Galaxy, though, starting on the CT side, we have a kit in the hands of Cat. The rest of them, it's going to be default pistols and armor.
Yeah, and let's see, best of one. So that pistol we know is going to be something that really matters here. 23 already listening and hearing a lot, and look at the setup here, a crossfire. Tori though, she has to be careful because she has to look back around as well. Vilga's going to get a kill, and just like that, in a split second, it's going to start out a 4 versus 3. And Ada down on the B bomb side, trying to check out. Cat's hearing it though. I think she already knows. Oh, hiding in the corner. This is very smart. There's no reason why she would ever check that. So a real good job there. Back into a 2-on-3. And Nigma Galaxy are going to retain the lead at least for a bit, unless D7 can come up with a shot. But no, Vilga's going to stand tall on that one. And now it's just on ZAna. 1 versus 2. She certainly has the skill to clutch this kind of a round, but it's not going to be easy.
She's got 3 already, but the flash is so very clean from Cat. And Vilga is there to take her down. 3K for Vilga, the captain of Nigma Galaxy. And that was a nice hold coming out from the CTs there. But again, ZAna really stepping up. Like, she was instrumental in the win Big EQUIPA had earlier today. I love the ragdoll update, man. I know it's been there for a while. I just love watching bodies just fly off straight into the moon.
Sure, if they did a vote to increase the ragdolls even a little bit more, sort of like the physics,
Count me in.
Yeah, I'd do it just because it is so funny, but we'll see. Yeah, that flashbang timing at the end was really impressive, and Nigma Galaxy electing for a really forward defense, not even allowing Big to take any real map control on that side, which is great. Also risky. Tori was definitely in a difficult position to defend if she was going to get shot at the back, but it worked out. Now we're seeing a run out long. I think they're starting to catch on as well. Anna's starting to come back with that scout.
Timing could be everything though. She's got the scout in her hand. Did manage to spot a player out. Again, just the bare minimum when it comes to investment from the Ts. We have the Tech 9 for ZAna, obviously getting 3 kills in a pistol round. It's going to be the classic around the world here, but they're going to be walking straight into the waiting arms of 23.
Yeah. Oh. You get slowed down so much, but I think they should be fine. They have a lot of MP9s in the bomb site. It's going to be a nice triple kill for Cat, making a lot of cash behind that round. So that's not too bad. They don't really, it's not a big deal losing 1 player out there in front of the B bomb site. They'll be okay with it. Still no bomb plants happening for the T side, so money is going to be maybe not the best going forward, but they're going to have a chance to answer back soon.
And here we go. The AK is going to be coming out to play here. There is a Galil in play. AD taking 1 for the teams, just so they can afford a little bit of extra utility. For the CTs, as you pointed out, Anna is just the MP9 loss, so they're going to go for the an upgrade for the M4. 2 M4s, 2 MP9s. The scout still in the hands of Anna. Listen, I know you're an Anna fan, but you were on the way here to Valencia, and she was popping off. Just some unreasonable plays with the AWP. And I'm a fan as well. I'm looking forward to see her, you know, again start to flex with the AWP. That's going to be later on, though. Right now, we could keep being given a lot of space to its bathrooms, and they're going to be creeping on up and pressuring this A-bomb site.
Yeah, she's great fun to watch right now. There's no doubt. We've got some really competent players on the other side that can take the fight to her, though. Jenny are definitely one of them, so not to be underestimated. On that T side, bomb already planted, and they're going to go hunting. This is a smart move. If they don't take care of Vilga out there on long, they cannot defend the bomb side in the after plant. It's absolutely going to be impossible. So that's a really nice move. 23 trying her best, but ZAna's going to come right back with the shot. And now they're in a little bit of trouble here. 4 versus 3. Anna missing a shot. These 7s out there just waiting for it. And a flash to slow them down. And they're in so much trouble in this round. They have a defuse kit and a smoke on Anna, so they need to be really fast with it. Anna gets 1 shot, and Tori's going to come hunt him down. It's a headshot as well. Anna able to pick up a couple of kills with the scout. And the kit on top means they win the round. That's a very, very difficult retake.
She was so low as well there, and still able to get 2 kills. And he said it, the headshot with the scout. And that was the bonus round. There were 2 MP9s in play, and they lose only the MP9s. They have the rifles here. If you take a look at the shots, D7 was already low, and the MP9 in the hands of Tori dealing so much damage. And of course, up close, 80 getting deleted as well. And that's a flawless start here for the side of Nigma Galaxy. And again, keeping the 2 rifles in play, just 2 more being purchased. The money is in such a fantastic position considering we're only 4 rounds in.
Not too bad at all. A little bit of, I think that Molotov bounced slightly incorrectly, so doesn't slow down the T's as much as maybe they would have wanted. 23 down in Connector, and she's ready for that follow-up fight. 80 and Ada both get a kill in return, though. Barely surviving on 12 health there is 80, so maybe a little bit unfortunate that she couldn't get that kill as cleanly, but still, a 4-on-3 nonetheless. They're grouping up outside of the B-bomb site right now. See if they can find a way. It's going to be Anna alone over at that A-bomb side, and 2 people. I don't know, there probably are no really good choices when you're playing with 3 people on the CT side like this. I don't know how you stretch it out. Maybe you risk everyone in 1 bomb site, but it's still pretty early on in the round.
Yeah, I mean, the one other option they have is, of course, a bit of an aggro play, right? Which is exactly what these guys are going for, but this is so risky. The 4 Ts lying in wait here in the M4s. They gotta sing in tandem, and indeed they will, but AD able to bring this one back. But look at how low AD and ZAna are, and Anna's already arrived.
Yeah, she's here. They don't even realize. They must have thought she's already further away. Oh, the spray through. It's good, and the follow-up headshot to take down ZAna is a great 1 versus 2 clutch there with the AK. Just not even necessarily the spray accuracy, but just the element of surprise to be there is absolutely what determines that round. And by the way, like you said, pushing aggressively like that, and the smoke faded just as they were setting up the flashbangs. I think 2 out of 4 players outside there got caught with nades in hand. That is just real unfortunate.
Real unfortunate. And also the fact that even though this was a very risky play coming in, the fact that they were taking the fight in Monster, the moment they make contact, that's when Anna starts to rotate, right? So even though they got traded, by the time Anna was already on the B bomb site and ready to take down both the players, not even the bomb getting planted, so that means not enough bonus money for them to go for a full-fledged buy, which they could have if the bomb got planted, but now just the pistols. No, a couple of players with armor as well, but yeah, Nigma Galaxy, that's the only round where they suffered so many casualties, Andrew, so they're still feeling very comfortable. Anna even going with the MP9, looking to farm a little bit of cash before she brings out the big green.
Yeah, I mean, that's where the real power lies with her. That's the super weapon, so you might as well. I mean, this is a round where you can really get away with doing it too. So not much is lost if she picks up a couple of kills in this one. It'll be all right in the end. 4-0 in favor of Nigma Galaxy. It's a pretty good start right here. We'll see if there's going to be a quick reply on the big EQUIPA side. Looks like they want to try and group up on long once again. Got 4 players hanging around there with, I think, Ada just a little bit further back, making sure they're not getting flanked from Connector. This is not a bad idea, but they need to get through the smoke first, and I think the flashbang that they managed to put through didn't really do enough. So problem is when 23 is that near the smoke, if you throw it a little bit further back, it just doesn't do enough. So tricky Wonderland. If they'd got through, though, I mean, this is the cool part. Ada would have been able to catch people coming up for the Connector to reinforce. So there's some thought behind this round, which I think is great, but sometimes you just need the first part of the plan to work out. Good little shot there to take down Anna. That's a nice start.
Also means Anna's going to be bringing on the AWP come the next round. And also, just so well played by 23, right? She sees it smoke and it's just like, there's a real possibility they are going to be popping their way in with the flashbang. She plays it perfectly, avoids the flash. And the nade maybe chipping away a little bit at her health, but great control as well. Again, the M4, A4 coming into more usage as days pass by, Anders. And that's something, as a fan of the A4, I'm liking it.
Yeah, I never really bothered to learn the M4. I was like, this is going to get nerfed at one point, you know, I'll stick with the M4 A4 and just... I'm not much for change in that sense. But yeah, it's good to see it back in action some more.
Well, right now, though, we do have the buy as well, and the flick from Anna, a rare miss for her.
Yeah, the problem is you absolutely believe she could have hit that shot.
100%, 100%. She was, I think there was a 3K from her in the Inferno balcony position where she was just getting pressure, didn't really have any backup. And I'm sure I can show you the clip later on. Whereas the first one's just a fast, nasty flick on the player below hay bale, and then 2 no-scopes. Just, that's how she started things off, like a 4K, and just went on a tear. So I'm looking more from her. But that being said, Big EQUIPA are very, very capable. ZAna especially, she's shown the chops. It's going to be connected control being rested here by Big EQUIPA. They're making it no secret that this B bomb site is where their affections lie. That being said, the C4 still needs to be retrieved.
Yeah, I think that's going to be probably a ZAna to try and run back that way and start to pick it up. Nice nades on the Cat. She's very low. There is a chance here. They could put some pressure on. There's defense is shifting around a little bit. Tori caught out in the open. It's Jenny with a good opening and 2-for-1 trade right here. 23 just trying to get some early taps in, hoping to get a little bit of a pre-fire, and that's a nice headshot to bring it up. Vilga will join in. Wallbang shot to bring down Jenny, and yeah, they're in a little bit of trouble once again here. 20 seconds and a very, very good grenade to try and soften them up, but they need more than that. And this boost here in the afterplan, that's so efficient. ZAna takes down one, couldn't really back up. There's too many players. ZAna comes back and that's a 1 versus 3. Clutch surviving on 1 point of health. And they're on the board on the big side. Well played.
And that's more. That's what we need more from ZAna. We took her name. You said she was spectacular in the game they had earlier. Did Big EQUIPA. I do believe it's against Na'Vi Javelins, who really put up a strong fight. And that was actually a great hold from the side of Nigma Galaxy. The fashion in which the CT players were playing in tandem. So we saw Vilga rattle off all her bullets. She had to go for the reload. The moment she goes for a reload, her teammate's there to continue to fire away. And this was just well done by ZAna. Beautiful shots with the op. Great isolation of the duels as well. And that is the first round here on board for Big EQUIPA. They're going to, however, need more of that. Again, coming down to the only one player surviving there for Big EQUIPA means the money is still not in a great place here. And for Nigma Galaxy, also, they suffered quite a few casualties. It came down to the clutch as well, a couple of rounds prior for the side of Anna. So money not exactly in a glorious place either. That being said, the op's still in the hands of Anna. A couple of M4s in play, a couple of FAMASs as well, just so they can afford that much-needed utility. Only 1 kit in play as well for the CT side.
Got to be building a little bit of confidence too on the side of ZAna to be able to pick up that fight 1 versus 3, and especially taking down Anna, because that's another thing you have to think about. When you're up against someone who's got this many highlight clips and you know how fast she can be, that can also start to just weigh on you. You feel like, do I really want to take a swing and fight someone on the other side who is that fast? And you have to not think about that. You have to find a way to forget about it, because that kind of mental game is going to, it's going to backfire on you really badly. So good, I think, for ZAna to just take the fight early on, show everyone she could do it as well. That's going to be very, very helpful. 5-1, but you're right, they need to keep going. Look at the money, though, on the Nigma Galaxy side. There's a huge opening right here for Big. If they pick up this round, they're going to be cruising right back into the first half, and they're setting up for that monster pop again.
The rotation hasn't really taken place yet, though, but here we go. That's a perfect flash. Cat's going to burn live, but then she's going to be able to extinguish the flames, at least for the time being. And this is a tell. They know she's there. They're waiting for her. Bullets chipping away, and Cat somehow, seemingly still staying alive. Eventually, she's gonna fall, but she's bought enough time for backup to arrive. But they're falling 1 by 1, and this is going to be a Herculean effort for Vilga and Anna to kind of wrest this one back in their control.
Problem is they have no more smokes left now on the T side, and they did spend a lot of time just finding 1 kill through the smoke, so a little bit uncomfortable. Vilga not going to get flashed on that one. Good turnaround for it, and if ZAna peeks the other way, yep, Anna's going to be ready for it. Absolutely well played. It was good timing on that one. And now it's on Jenny. 1 versus 2. Nice one. Instant headshot to take down Anna. And that was the high health player. Vilga is 1 bullet from death, and they know. Nice 1 versus 2 clutch. That'll collapse the economy on that CT side. And Big EQUIPA buying their way back into the first half early on.
Great work from Jenny there. And you said it as well, Anders. That was such a pivotal round early in the game for both the sides, right? Whoever loses that would have to go for an EQ or maybe just a light buy. Again, coming down to the clutches, this time, of course, going the way of Jenny. So I am curious to see if CTs still go for the full investment. And no, they will exercise a little bit of restraint.
Yeah.
Just the USB's out.
That, I think, is real important, because, again, when you have someone like Anna on the team, we're probably going to be talking a lot about it, but it's just when you have someone with that kind of an impact on the AWP, it feels like forcing up and avoiding that. You're basically postponing the point in time where you can get the AWP if you keep doing that. I don't think that's necessarily going to be worth it, so probably better to play it this way. Ooh, and a little bit of a tech issue, I'm assuming, with the server or something. That's why they were all stood still in spawn. So no one took any damage. Always good news. So we can just reset the round and get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, right? Like, why do you want to hamper your star player by not giving her enough opportunities with the AWP? And I think the scary thing about ZAna is, even in maps where the op doesn't necessarily seem to find much impact, even on the attacking side, for example, she's seemingly able to pull off some ludicrous rounds. So definitely something that teammates are aware of as well. A bit of a dud round, but hopefully that should be sorted out real quickly. We did have a few technical issues, glitches early on in the day, but most of them have been quickly, comfortably ironed out. Smiles all around as well, that's good to see. It's still early days, and it could easily still go either way. That being said, if Big are able to pull off this upset, it is going to be massive. And not just that, it kind of makes things really, really wonky as well, right? If imagine Nigma Galaxy dropping, having to play for elimination, right? That's when things get a little wild.
Yeah, because they just, I mean, very short time ago won the opening inaugural season of ESL Impact. So you'd expect for them to be heavy favorites here, and obviously for them to win this kind of a best of one. But nothing is certain. That's kind of the magic of best of ones. All you need is a couple of players on the big EQUIPA side to catch fire and start to really play a level above, and they're going to be in position. You see, definitely a fair bit of communication going on here, and hopefully soon they'll have that reset and we can get right back into it.
It's been a good couple of days for the big org as well. You know, we had Tabson and his men as well get that win. Impressive takedown of the current reigning world champions. And
with a stand-in, no less.
Which is just wild. And of course, Sirson just absolutely farming. I wish he does that a little bit more often, in all honesty. But yeah, good times for the big org. And if they're able to get both the best of one wins here today, it's going to be fantastic for them. But then again, they are, of course, having to go up against the Nigma Galaxy, who have looked clinical thus far.
Yeah, it's tough when you see those opening matchups and you realize who you're playing up against. I think Mindfreak had a similar experience earlier on today
against Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, against Nigma Galaxy.
That was pain, and I felt bad for them.
That's how it is sometimes. It's kind of a luck of the draw thing. That'll really happen, and there's not much you can do about it. It's part of the experience of playing in these tournaments and playing on LAN. Sometimes someone just has to play that heavy-hitting team, and right now that is definitely Nigma Galaxy. So for a couple of different reasons, but I've got to say, I mean, we've had the 1 versus 2 clutch for Jenny R. We've had the 1 versus 3 clutch for ZAna in the previous round. So those are the kind of things that build momentum for a team, that makes everyone's going to get rallied behind that. Super, super important to get it early on. And now they've killed the economy. They don't have to worry about that AWP on Ana. Right? There's a lot of things that are working out at the moment for the big keeper side. So I think, setups go. This is a good start. This is building in the right direction. They should be able to get the 5-3 here, and then we'll see what happens after that. We're right back into the game.
The thing is, like, even with the full save coming in, right, an off-buy definitely possible, but it's going to be super tight, right? It might even have to see a glass cannon coming into play. And that's not with Ana, mind you. It has to be a teammate probably dropping her a gun, as it's going to be a bit of a shooting gallery here. Wasting the time, Nigma Galaxy being very, very aggressive indeed. And Ana getting a kill. She can find one more. She just go for the buy herself. And she can steal away this AWP. That's scary. Galil picked up as well. This is getting very dicey. ZAna's isolated. She's by a lonesome. And she's being hunted here by Ana. But ZAna will survive. And that's the AWP not retrieved.
Vilga right there in front. And they're going to lose the AWP. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. Now, the rest of them, I'm assuming, are going to go look for this. Not just because of the money that they're going to lose, but more than anything else, giving over that weapon to the enemy is not going to be a good idea. A lot of chaos out there. Yeah, I think on the one hand, they realized how many players had pushed up to that part, so they just went for the plant and the B bomb side and just made sure they win the round no matter what. And that's a good idea, but left a couple of players maybe behind on a bit of an island there. They're going to win the round. They're going to steal the AWP back. It's all good.
It's all good in the hood. They could keep up finding the third. And as you said, sure, it came down to the clutches, the individual plays, but then when you're going up against the likes of, a Furia, or for that matter, CLG Red, or in this particular case, Nigma Galaxy, maybe those are the hero moments that kind of act as a catalyst for you to get back into the game, right? So 3 rounds here, you can make it more, it'd be massive, but now the buy is going to be coming in, and because the money was still in a very treacherous position for Nigma Galaxy. The op still not out in play for Ana, but she's also shown she's more than capable of wielding the automatic rifles as well. As we have a bit of a solo push from Tori. Now, she won't really face much, or rather have to encounter anyone early on here, but just the information they're able to glean from here, because it's very unlikely going to have a monster push with no control towards short or no eyes towards connector, so that's buying a lot of time for them, and which works out because the hold towards A is way more passive.
Yeah, they could do a lot with this one. Checking out that connector right now, trying for some common wallbangs, not a bad idea. Cat actually, she's going to step in front to be there to help out Tori, but the flash is so good. Tori on her own now with the FAMAS. Yeah, they're coming in from the tunnel behind her as well. She's going to step it up though, huge double. And look at how close she was to the triple. Jenny down to 11 health, and now 23 sneaking up behind them. And Jenny, there's absolutely no way. If 23 just holds here for a minute, should be very hard for Jenny to do much of anything. But down in the B bomb side, Ana and Vilga are defending on the other side, so they have a pretty good defense still set up there. Yeah, there's just no way to check that. It's going to be very tricky. Jenny goes down, and now 2 versus 2 as they get the headshot on Vilga. Ana inside of the bomb site with the M4A1. A lot of damage there. She gets the spray, and ZAna on that AWP, she's sandwiched in, and she had maybe one shot at winning that round, and it's not going to happen. Nigma Galaxy will take her down, and it'll be one more round for them.
She desperately needed to land that flick onto Ana, but Ana launching out that 1v1.
But still, that's a round where they get the bomb plant and they
take away 3 guns.
Take away 3 guns. That's not bad. That keeps the economy on the CT side pretty questionable.
But they do give the op to Ana, so you know it's kind of like you win some, you lose some. They don't win the round though. But still, like I said, still quite a bit of economic damage, and they've shown that they've been able to break these the defense from the side of Nigma Galaxy a couple of times already. So no panic yet for the side of EQUIPA here. Still early days.
And that little wait a minute. Ana, okay. Opens it up 2 for 1. That is one hell of a way to start a round. They were rushing her down, and you know, if she misses that shot, or even if he just takes one of them, it's possible that they're going to catch her. But yeah, good lineup for that one. Tori doing a little bit of work on the other side. Ada going to be going down inside of the tunnel. But Jenny will find a kill with a deagle, and this is important. I mean, every one of the kills that they can get this round on the bigger keeper side, they're all going to count in the end. You need to do as much damage as you can. 23 at the end, going to be finding that last kill of the round.
Ana, the one thing I really love about her opping on the CT side, no matter what map it is, it's how mobile she is with the op, right? Just being a constant threat for your opposition, so you can't ever be content, you can't ever be comfortable being like, all right, you know, we can just go and execute whatever plan we have in mind here for this particular round. You always have to be wary of Ana just popping her head and just completely destroying whatever you had in store. But that being said, that was only just the pistols being purchased there by EQUIPA, so no panic yet, no need to hit the panic button. But the question here for me, Anders, and this is something you brought up as well earlier, is like, yeah, she had 3 rounds of one of which was against just the pistols, the USPs. The other 2, 1v2 and a 1v3. Yeah, I don't think it's sustainable.
That's a fair point to bring up. That is one of the problems of winning rounds with clutches. You're right, you can't obviously rely on that to happen over and over again. So, and then the window that you just had where the economy was low, that was their window to sort of build it up so that they had a little bit more going for them. They still seem to be favoring quite a bit that B-bomb site right now in the early part of the first half here, which is not, I mean, it makes sense. I still think the B-bomb site is the harder to defend, so it does make a little bit of sense. Nigma Galaxy went undefeated in Season 1, only losing to Big during the playoffs in Dallas. All right, so that's a little bit of history. That's not bad.
And I do believe there was just 1 map loss, so they didn't even lose a series, which is kind of nuts. They did lose an Ancient 16-9. I'm just looking at the scoreline here. And in fact, they did play Overpass as well against EQUIPA in Dallas, where it was 16-5 for Nigma Galaxy. Already a closer affair here, as we have once more the guns coming into play. We're going to need more from ZAna if they have to contend against the aggression here from the CDs. This is much faster though, as Vilga will be forced back. A little bit of early skirmish, but the exchange of utility, and Ada's gonna come out of it with 27 HP. That's rough, without seeing anyone.
Yeah, but I like this. I like the start as well. They were already banking on Nigma Galaxy playing a bit more aggressive over on this side, but they fell back pretty quickly. 23, not quite going to get the timing on that, man. Anna, yeah, you have to mind that opening. And 80, she's going to open it up. That's really good. Anna deciding to fall back. Afraid they're going to rush her down. She's not wrong either. They're right in front here. Molotov's to her position. She'll have to keep going further back. Nice nade on top. That's putting a lot of pressure on her all of a sudden. And the bomb is going to be planted on the other side. I don't think they can do anything to stop it right now. So what a great hit here. Leaving that B bomb side, going for A and just putting a lot of speed behind it. And it's working out at the moment. Although Cat's going to pick up one headshot there to take down Ada. And that'll maybe spawn start a little bit of a retake here in the 4-on-4.
2 smokes and a Molotov as well for the CTs. 2 kits as well. Here comes the retake though, and it's going to be Vilga making contact. Oh, that's team flash. It's unfortunate, but Tori's pushed on in, and they're just falling apart. So this defense from the side of big EQUIPA, clinical, just losing 2 players. And you can see, I feel like this has been the most impressive round win coming in from big EQUIPA thus far, right? Apart from the clutches and that eco round, and we see the immediate call for a tactical timeout as well from the side of big.
And that's really cool because you hit your head against the brick wall down to the B bomb site a couple of times, and it's not like they have had some openings, so you can also convince yourself that, wait a minute, we keep getting kind of close. Maybe we just do it one more time, and then eventually you've lost the entire first half, right? So at some point you have to make a switch. And honestly, going fast against an AWP, I mean, when it's someone like Anna playing it, could be a little bit tricky, but they put enough pressure on. She didn't want to stay up there and fight. She fell back, the nades were in, then she had to wait for the teammates to show up, so a lot of things working out. And that was the kill we missed on ZAna-th, ready with the AWP. So all in all, a lot of good decisions being made in this round for the T side. It's real good to see. And again, look at the money here again for Nigma Galaxy. They're in trouble.
They're in trouble. And this is a golden opportunity for Big to build a few more rounds on their T side and make things way more comfortable as we switch on over later. Now, they haven't spotted the player here that is of course 23, but they're making so much noise. And now they slow things down, expecting the re-aggression with 23, but timing is everything.
Yeah, this is wild now. How much trigger discipline is there going to be? Oh, a little bit early maybe on that one, but that is one of the really difficult parts of the game. Just taking a moment to breathe. It's still going to slow them down, and it's going to make them really nervous about hitting this bomb site. It's going to be very disjointed. Vilga able to take down 80 as she tries to enter the bomb site, and now they're not sure. And even falling back is risky. You could see how much they've lost control on this T side.
Tori as well pushing in with the CZ. This is so much information here, but the CZ at range, it's about who peeks who right now. The closest she gets, the more rough it can be for the T's. Ada position known right now, and Tori, she's going to be taking her down. D7 at least able to find 23. Ada delaying this for as long as she can, but finally Tori will show her hand, takes her down, but still is a 3v3, and they are going to be heading towards the A bomb site.
Yeah, they're going straight for it. They don't want to be backstabbed any longer. They just want to try and find the entry. Vilga, though, has a different opinion about that. Great double to defend the bomb site with ZAna now on her own. She does a little bit of damage, pulls out the pistol instead and takes down Tori. She's only got 25 seconds. The bomb is lost up at the A bomb site, so she just has to run for it here. There's not a lot of time to waste, or she's simply going to be locked out of the round, and she's very quick with it. Wow, Cat just at the edge of the smoke able to find her, but yeah, she had to move that fast because if they're not on the bomb site, if they're just falling back and playing defensively, she has to pick up the bomb, go back and have time to plant it, and even maybe fight them if they rush her down. So she had to move. Rough round right there.
It was a captain's round coming out from Vilga there, right? It was looking a little grim. There was a great fight back in that round, considering they were in a very uncomfortable spot, right? All the information was with Nigma Galaxy that pushed inside of the towards T-spawn as well. They knew they had that trap towards long, so they had to fight their way out, which they managed to do so. I think D7 got a couple of kills as well, but Vilga on that A bomb site just being a bastion for her teammates, finding 3 kills.
Now that we've got a pistol round, unless something changes here, something that might be worth talking about a little bit is some of the patience. In the last round where 23 was flanking long, and she took that shot maybe a little bit earlier than you would have wanted. And similarly, I think earlier 23 and Jenny had a bit of a standoff in the connector, and it ended up being Jenny sort of running a little bit further. Something to really memorized and internalized is that sometimes at a high level of Counter-Strike, the most important thing is to learn when not to do anything, when to not take the fight, when to sort of say, okay, there's something about this I'm not really feeling. Let me try and reposition and do something else. It's just very hard. You can easily persuade yourself and have a feeling that you all the time have to do something. I have to move, I have to do stuff right now, and that can get you killed a lot too.
I call that the Ty Lubica Counter-Strike Anders. Like when they just can't sit still and they always have to go for the fights.
Yeah, I mean, and on the problem is especially, I think this is actually something that it becomes even more of a problem with players that are mechanically really skilled, because they can justify, they can get away with it, but that doesn't always make it a good play, and that's something to maybe think about. Tori and Cat, some good defense down here against Deagles, although out in the open, Cat, that's a little bit risky. Couple of good kills here to make it interesting, but we're also nearing the end of the half, so I think Nigma Galaxy, they're not going to worry too much about losing a couple of players in that round. If they lost one more, though, that would have been fun.
That would have been, yeah, a little dicey considering the bye was going to be coming in as well. But I think just to wrap up the point you made right there, I think a really cool thing is whenever, and I've said this in a couple of like podcasts and interviews as well, when people are like, hey, whose demo should we watch? I'm like, watch someone like Robs, watch someone like Zaiwu. Never watch a simple demo.
No.
Because you're not going to learn anything from that, because he does things he gets away with because of his pure skill, right? Yeah. And I think that is a really good example. But right now, the buy is on, and you can see the MP9 still in play from the previous round. Money is still in a very grim position, and 23 falling here early on. That's a rifle. That's an M4 removed from the equation, and for the time being, it is not retrievable. So down to Anna to hold her ground, and she's gonna find the first.
Good Molotov thrown on that left-hand side, trying to funnel them in towards the main entrance, and they have some tools, but they haven't set them up quite yet. If they want to find Anna, they probably need the smokes and the Molotovs to push her back into the bank like they did the last time.
Yep.
That seemed to work, but just fighting her straight up like this without an AWP on the other side, probably not advisable at all. Sub 1 minute. She's got the right idea. ZAna is getting a bit close, actually very close. Oh, the timing is great. Anna looking the wrong way at the wrong time. And that's the opening they need. Vilga comes climbing in, a good little crab spray there to take down Jenny as well. And Ada and 80 are left. Well, just one of them now. And Tori, I think, coming in for the flank on that FAMAS. So good round. 10 on the board here for Nigma Galaxy. And looking very good in the first half once again.
Yeah, that was just perfect timing from ZAna, right? Just creeping on out, able to kind of thread the needle when it came to a bit of a dark spot towards long, where Anna wasn't checking. But then again, Vilga, man, she has just been a hero for a team on his A bomb site. She was kind of by her lonesome. Cat helping her out, of course, with the with a couple of flashbang assists, as well as with the MP9, but she had to really go big, 3K for her, and then buying enough time for Tori to come in from Connector and finish off the final player as well. And heading into the final round here, you can see the money isn't great, but doesn't really matter this time. The anchor of the A bomb set and 23 will fall early on to the Galils, and Anna having to backpedal real quickly, but they're aware of the threat of Anna with an AWP. And the problem for the T's here is the lack of utility, right? You have 3 flashbangs, a smoke, and a Molotov. It's enough to take it, but if they're going to use it for any other purpose, things are going to get very, very hard on the A-bomb side.
And Anna's been pretty consistently playing up in that A-bomb site, so that might even be something to think about. Now, I like this forward defense down at B, because if they go B right now, it'd be a 4-on-2 that's isolated down there, but the way that they've set it up outside of the bomb site, it's going to be very hard for EQUIPA to come through the connector and win that fight when they've got that crossfire set up out here. So I don't know, what is the choice? You either come through this narrow choke point, or you fight Anna, or you go all the way around, which they're doing now, and that makes a lot of sense.
And it's all about how they cross this position together, because there is a player inside a connector, right? And that is going to be 80. She's got a Molotov as well, which you could deploy. The moment contact is made, as Tori finds the first, that should be the opportunity for 80 to strike, and indeed she will. But now they know the jig is up. They know where the second player is as well, and they know Anna plays towards A. And a flick shot from Anna this time doesn't land. And that's going to provide them an opportunity to get the bomb down. ZAna takes down Cat as well. And now the 1v2. ZAna down to 3 HP, but they only have to deal with the AWP. And Anna, no utility available to her apart from the 1 flashbang.
They'd probably love a smoke themselves. That way they could get out from behind the box and simply leave the bomb site. Otherwise, ZAna have to stick around, and she may be able to hunt them down. Nice little shot to mask the drop. Oh, and she actually hit that one, but ZAna comes back, and they get a 5th round on the board. Not at all bad. 10-5 in the first half, heavily in favor of Nigma Galaxy, but still, big EQUIPA trying to fight back. We'll see how that goes in the second half. It is coming right up after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the second half here. Nigma Galaxy playing big EQUIPA in a best-of-1 on Overpass. And that first half ends 10-5 towards the heavy favorites in Nigma Galaxy. It's not so surprising, but I think there were a couple of cool rounds here coming in. 5 rounds. It's not a super huge number, but it could be enough if they could win the pistol in the second half to maybe build something behind.
Yeah, and especially considering the very, very strong start that Nigma Galaxy had, I think the EQUIPA is still going to be reasonably satisfied with how the first half played out here. And here we go. The EQUIPA, hometown heroes. We have the dualies in the hands of ZAna. I know you're not a big dualies fan, Anders. Moses isn't here, but I'm going to channel the spirit. I like the dualies. It's very basic math, as Moses said once. 6 guns better than 5.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with. He's got math on his side, and you know you have to bow down to that. Well,
not
maybe not. Maybe not. The Glock will outduel it. I don't mind. I'm okay with the dualies now. I can accept it. I've given up that fight. They seem to be doing work, so we have to just live with it. Look at this double push out on long from the big keeper side. That's going to be very hard to read if you're Nigma Galaxy. Even if you take this fight with 80 to begin with, you might not expect for Ada to be right up there behind her. So, I don't know. This could actually be kind of a hard round, even if they have the one-player advantage here. They're going to have to go for the bomb plant and then figure out just how many people are out on long, and I'm not sure they're going to realize just yet.
Oh, but Cat though, P250, yeah, you said it. They won't expect the second player, but Ada needs to act. And right now she's taking her time looking for a flank to come in from the T's, but it's never to be found. But there is still a window here. If she can somehow find one player, and she needs to hit the shots. There was a small window there, Anders, but I think it's been firmly shut now.
Yeah, actually they get Cat from the other side. D7 instead showing up, so that's a little bit interesting. But yeah, they are running out of players here to try and retake the bomb side with 1 versus 3 here for 4 actually for Ada. And instead, it's 23 to come up with a pretty good double kill in the round to close it out with. So there was definitely a moment there, but maybe a couple of missed shots out on long made a difference ultimately.
Classic USB shot to the back of the head.
Yeah.
We've seen that too. It's happened to some of the best players on the planet as well. But the start that Big EQUIPA probably needed if they wanted to make this potential upset a more believable proposition. Not quite panning out, but still, early days. They've gone for the full eco. And this is something we've been seeing quite a bit, especially in the Impact League. I think CLG Red was the only team today where they lose a CT pistol and they go for the force buy. And every other team have gone for the full eco.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, there's really no wrong or right, but in the
current meta?
In the current meta, a lot of force buys are happening in that second round, which is kind of interesting. Even, you know, it used to be that maybe players would just pick up scouts and deagles, but we're starting to see more and more, you know, even to the FAMAS or MP9 level, where like, people are really trying to put some real effort into that second round on the CT side.
Right now, though, Big EQUIPA, they're just going to be grouped up together. You can see them slowly starting to push up inside a connector. But there was a bit of a window there, Anders, but I think Nigma Galaxy are aware. That is just sick from Mana. Even getting the tag on Ada down to 16 HP, and this one should be an easy mop up, I say that, but Jenny able to somehow find the kill on the Tori. And here's the thing, even though they lose a player, the AK-47 will be retrieved by Ana, and it is going to be around about 12 here for Nigma Galaxy. Only 4 more rounds remaining for them.
Trying to find the timing there. Vilga now tied with Ana for top frag. I think Vilga actually came out of the first half top fragging on that side, on that team, and that happened almost a little bit silently. But she got a lot of important kills defending, the B bomb side, and just in general, obviously the veteran on the team in a lot of ways. So good to see her come up with some impact as well. Going to see, yeah, a buy coming out now from the Big EQUIPA side.
Not great.
Everything they could do to try and win this round. But yeah, it's not amazing. 3
FAMASs, the MP9 as well, and look at Nigma Galaxy. Vilga, the captain, leading by example as well, just going to be hurling herself at the B defense. But look at the aggression from Jenny R. If you take a look at the radar, she's pushed up pretty deep towards Fountain, and that's going to allow Big EQUIPA to stack 4 players on the B bomb side. Now, despite the fact their weaponry isn't exactly ideal against the AK-47s, it just might be enough.
Well, it starts out real well. D7 coming up with a couple of kills. Tori finally on the return, but Ada by the barrels. No flash for her just yet, so she's able to get at least the 1 kill, and Anna's on alone. Just not much she could do here. 16 health for a 1 versus 3. She's trying to slow it down and hope for a mistake from their side. Maybe they push up, maybe they give her a chance to turn it into a 1-on-2, but in fact she's being flanked as we speak. There's Jenny R coming through the monster tunnel, and that's a great defense. They had to have that round, and they're going to be able to upgrade a bunch of those weapons now.
Yeah, and it came down to the aggressive push coming in towards Fountain as well, right, allowing them to go for the stack. So after D7, firstly, getting those 2 kills despite the information was very impressive considering she had the FAMAS to wield. And then they weren't expecting the second player inside of Toxic as well. But yeah, weapon upgrades going to be coming on in. For Nigma Galaxy though, they will still of course have accrued enough cash to have a pretty solid buy overall. A couple of AKs, a couple of Galils, the scout once more for Ana, who's shown that she is very, very capable even with the with a lighter scoped weapon. But you can see the AKs in play, but Vilga with the spray through the smoke, finding Ada, and if I'm 80, I'm gonna be a little paranoid about posturing behind the smoke again.
Yeah, that is, I mean, that's part of the lottery sometimes of running past those smokes. Unfortunate. And puts them in that 4 on 5. And what do they want to do with it? I mean, this is where you sometimes do see the CT side try to find another opening somewhere. They've got Jenny R pushed pretty far up there. And ZAna's sort of behind her in the A-bomb side with a smoke and a flash, so theoretically, they could try and set up a little bit of a flash for a pop timing and try to do something. A little bit of noise being made. I think smoke put up over on that A-bomb side, but it's just a fake. This is where the real attack's happening. Cat to open it up, and this is everything they need. Now they're playing with a 2-player advantage. D7 Nade can land, and the headshot to follow it up. In this round, they probably need to back on out of it. ZAna's still trying to fight, but I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, I think they just peel back here in ZAna. See, you can see her immediately backpedaling, and just a couple of warning shots as well. So they will at least hold on to these 2 rifles, but still, Nigma Galaxy bouncing back instantly. And I feel that was a bit of a tiny mistake from 80. When you're going to be playing that aggressively towards Monster, the fact that you have no one watching short meant, yeah, she got tacked down, but she had no escape route, right? She was trying to run back towards CD spawn, maybe towards Graffiti, maybe dropping into the water, but then there was already a player from Nigma Galaxy pushed her pretty deep into short. So her life was pretty much deemed forfeit the moment she was spotted. So it was already rough because they did lose a player there early on from vilga spraying away through the smoke, but clean round overall here from Nigma Galaxy, not even really going for the hunt. 2 rifles saved, however, does allow Big to still put up a decent defense here.
And they needed running out of runway in this map. Again, that's the danger of playing these best of ones. I mean, you don't have too many rounds to try and make up for any kind of a deficit here. 13-6 as we speak. Going into round number 20. Nice flick from ZAna to take down 23. That's a hard stop, and there's no one following up behind her either, so they're kind of locked in on the map, at least for the minute. vilga trying to find her way out by making it through that monster tunnel, but only for so long. Finally a little bit of a return here, but this is looking like a decent defense for the CT side. And now this is where you really want the communication and some experience to slow everything down for the CTs, because they have that 1-player lead.
A bit of a mistake there from Ada, and I don't think she's going to be happy with it, right? Because she gets the kill onto vilga, who was trying to walk into Monster, because she just lost a teammate towards mid, 23, and she's like, all right, in that distraction, we might find a window. And the smoke, a completely failed smoke, and she'd just gone for just a basic one inside of Monster itself. She could have extricated herself from that position. So losing a player, what should have been a 5v3, bringing down a 4v3, something that she's not necessarily going to be happy with. Jenny, though, on a 1-woman mission. And Anna, man.
Catching her right then and there. And that timing is so unfortunate. If Jenny could have stayed alive for just a second longer, they would have known everything they needed to. Out in the open D7. She does actually get the kill on Tori. That's not bad. With that AWP and Cat just finding a very narrow angle to take down ZAna. And I think it might be too late here. 81 versus 2. Nade is pretty decent. Molotov to put some pressure on. You might try and do this, flashing away through the smoke, but they're ready on the other side. And Cat will take her down. And that will be a 14th round on the side of Nigma Galaxy. So a brave attempt there. And I think if they had kept their player restrooms alive for a second longer, that might have been a 1 round for the bigger keeper side.
Absolutely, and the thing is, it was for a moment, for just a couple of seconds, it was a 5v3 player advantage for the side of bigger keeper, right? And then you lose a player there because of the misplaced smoke, but that was such a huge round from Cat. Anna as well, able to take down the danger of Jenny R, was just lurking around inside of that bathroom's position. But a huge 4K from Cat, assisted by Anna. And you said about like slowing things down there, Anders, but I say I was very impressed with the way Nigma Galaxy were able to build back into that round. It looked a little grim. It was still a 4v3 player advantage, but Cat and Anna almost just great comms, just perfect comms. We even had a flashbang assist from Anna for Cat to find this kill onto D7 and onto towards ZAna as well. Just well executed, and even the final repositioning, they knew where 80 was. Perfect crossfire being set up there. An op retrieved, drop for Anna, 14-6 here to scoreline. and just 2 away from kind of booking the slot straight into the semifinals.
Yeah, the setup is nice, and I don't think many people would be surprised by seeing Nigma Galaxy in that semi-final. That's probably to be expected right here, and it's been working out for them on Overpass as well. Some real fight coming out from the big EQUIPA side, maybe especially ZAna right now in terms of the kills on the scoreboard is doing a lot of work.
She's been doing quite a lot of heavy lifting, and the thing that impresses me the most about Nigma Galaxy is coming to this tournament. They are the favorites. I mean, they're the Season 1 defending champions as well. And if you look at the scoreline of a lot of the games we had earlier today, big EQUIPA against Na'Vi Javelins, 16-13. Then you had Furia against MIBR. It was actually a very close match until Furia pulled away with the win, 16-11. Very similar scoreline as well, 16-11 for CLG Red over Godsend, right? And then you have the caveat that, sure, Nigma Galaxy had to go against the lowest rated team in the tournament, which is Mind Freak. But then again here against big EQUIPA, a team who would be looking to make them bleed, they're still looking like they might close this out without their opponent, who are a much more stronger team than Mind Freak, even getting to double digits. And that's how dominant they've been. They're playing like the actual favorites of this entire tournament.
Yeah, they are, which is super important, especially, you know, you win that inaugural season. It's not uncommon for teams, once they get a win like that, to sort of, you know, things kind of, not that they fall apart necessarily, but you can lose focus a little bit and maybe just sort of bathe in that victory for a little bit too long. So it's good to see them keep up the pressure here and, yeah, set the bar very, very high for this type of tournament. It's going to be 21st round coming up, 14-6, and Vilga out long, instant shutdown of ZAna-th. That's a crucial kill.
Yeah, and I think for big EQUIPA is they are going to be going for the more safer route here. They've opted to go for the eco, apart from a few upgraded pistols. Again, only able to find net the 1 kill here, unless AD can do something truly ridiculous. But you can see Nigma Galaxy just grouping up together, heading straight for the B bomb site. They're going to try and battle it out for OT. This means 15 rounds here for Nigma Galaxy and 9 map and match points, 9 opportunities to close this one out against the Iberian side. And it's going to require, it's a mountain to climb for big EQUIPA, even though they will have the guns come the next round. A volcano, some people might even say. There's going to be lava flowing down the sides. They're going to have to channel their inner Frodo. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, and even Frodo had griffins at the end to try to, you know, get him away from.
I like the classic, you know, people going like ultra nerds being like, but well, if they had the Eagles to help them out at the end, why didn't they send them earlier, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
why couldn't they just fly the Eagles straight in there?
Well, because Anders, because I'm going to be an ultra mega nerd right now, because the Eagles are a proud race, and they were like, they're not someone that can be approached that easily. So it's not like they're Gandalf's pets or friends or whatever. They actually are the king of the Eagles. So in the end, when they realize, oh shit, this isn't looking good, like we might need to help them out, and they come in, you know, a Deus Ex Machina moment. But there you go.
But the rest of the time, they're just disinterested in what's
happening. They're
just
chilling. I mean, if you're Eagles, do you really want to be part of a war? You know, just having fun.
Well, they don't have any Eagles, but they do have some rifles on the big EQUIPA side, but the flashes are so good. 23 with another entry, taking down Jenny early in the round. I think she was trying to, you could see how she was turning Jenny to try and look away from the flashes, but just so many coming around that corner. Ada down here and Cat crouching into the shot that opens up the B-bomb side massively. There is a flank coming from D7, but I don't know if it's even going to be there in time. This is going to be a fairly fast bomb plant, and it might be tricky to get back into the round. 80, not a bad catch onto Cat. That is something like that they need, and D7, she's all the way back around.
They might, okay, there is a window here, right? They won't be expecting him to be coming in so late on the flank, so there is still an opportunity, but they don't really have time. They have 1 kit, a smoke, and a nade, so this is still doable, but 80 needs to go big, so does D7.
Once she opens this door, though, oh, it's a flash on the other side. That's great. A little bit of an accidental jump, but she's still got the kill. ZAna coming through, and now it's a 1 versus 2. She has to clutch this one. Oh, it's not going to be easy. USP out, fire at her feet. Oh, a headshot, but Anna will take her down, and it is Nigma Galaxy to pick up the victory on Overpass and book that ticket straight into the semi-final.
Yeah, and it's very fitting that it was Anna and ZAna to go up in that 1 versus 1, coming down to the wire. And I love the small little things, right? Like, they came in super late in connector, and we saw D7 like she might find the window of opportunity to get the flank, but it still shut the door in her face.
Yeah.
Right? It just small little things which sometimes get overlooked, but Nigma Galaxy, they look